Every single year, more than 2,000 brand new daylilies are registered with the American Daylily Society. Not just 2,000 plants, 2,000 distinct varieties with specific names that didn't exist last year. The official database now includes 82,000 named varieties.
A friend from church asked if I wanted to go along on a daylily dig. A new experience in my gardening journey? Yes, please. I had no idea what to expect. Then the landscape changed as colorful blossoms came into focus along the road, and I was mesmerized. In a tiny town in southern Minnesota, Mike and Kathleen have created a beautiful oasis among the corn and soybean fields near them. Northern Lights Daylilies is a daylily breeding business selling premium daylilies online that they have crossed themselves over the last 27 years. Let me have Mike explain how he got started.
Tell me the whole story.
So in 1999, the internet was just getting rolling, and I wanted a special flower for someone for a present. And I realized that the daylilies were being hybridized, and new ones that nobody had ever seen anything like that before were being made. Yeah. And so immediately that's what I wanted to do. So I bought two, and it took quite a while before I figured out how to do it all. And I was working full-time doing my regular job, doing research on cancer. And eventually it expanded till in 2009 we bought this property, and now my wife and I take care of this. We make about 10,000 seedlings each year, and in the end of the day about 30 will be introduced to the collector's trade, and they'll be sold online, and then in May they'll get shipped.
Every one of these named varieties started as a single cross, a swelling seed pod, and years of patient selection. Each bloom carries both the male and female parts right out in the open. No digging around, no guesswork. The pollen sits up on the stamens, the female stigma is right there in the center, and the whole flower is big enough to work with using nothing but your fingers and a steady hand. And here's what's exciting. Every one of those seeds is genetically unique. A pod might hold a dozen seeds, and every single one is a different plant, a different potential variety. No two alike. Mike, Kathleen, and team start the saved seeds in the greenhouse in February. They plant the seedlings outside in June, 6 inches apart. They keep records of the crosses they've made. This is what 10,000 seedlings looks like in a field.
We love coming out in the summer because brand new flowers bloom every single day that nobody has seen. We haven't seen them, but we put things together, and we hope to get something that we really enjoy.
Mike says it takes about 6 to 8 years from seed to selling their choice varieties online. Here's another interesting fact. They only sell their special varieties a few years and then move on to the new ones. So why do people get to come here for a select few days to dig the non-chosen plants?
We have to rotate our fields because we select those 30, but then the other 9,970, we need to make space for new daylilies. So we have an open dig for the 1 4-day weekend, and people can come and dig daylilies. And that's about all there is to it.
That's wonderful. This behind him is what we get to pick from this year. That's going to get sprayed on Monday. And so a lot of us collectors have been chatting and are loving every single bit of getting to know each other and looking at these beautiful flowers.
These are the kinds of blooms that were rejected for becoming a named variety at Northern Lights Daylilies, but chosen by us to save. Specifically me. That one's mine. For many of us in the field, it was overwhelming to pick the ones we wanted to purchase because those rejected ones were so incredible. From stunning ruffled types to unique coloring, the choice was vast. Mike says that they feel a little less guilty about getting rid of those 9,970 plants when they let daylily lovers dig a few favorites first. Another crazy fact, would you believe they believed in us? Though they and team members were present, they only asked a few things. Please leave as much soil in the field as you can by shaking the extra out of the clump you dug. Pay $10 for one clump or $20 for 3 clumps in 2026. Place the money in the cash box. No inspection necessary. Go ahead and look, but don't touch or take anything out of the hybridizing gardens, including those all-important seed pods. In a world where so many things are monitored, Mike and Kathleen still believe in honesty. From everything I noted, people wanted to respect these requests, probably because we're all a family of garden lovers. A big thing I learned: take a picture before you dig, because that beautiful bloom will not look the same after shaking the soil out. I had a head shaking at my choice of this sweetie with misshapen petals. I guess beauty really is in the eye of the beholder. Here is a montage of beautiful blooms, many of whom only exist in these display beds and collectors' gardens.
Northern Lights Daylilies hopes for 30 exceptional varieties next year. I hope for a lot more for them. I'm Carol from Almost 2 Acres, a senior gardener growing in Zone 4, bringing you grandma tips and tricks for gardening. Until next time, let's get growing.